I wonder if it's different. Different, so different. I wonder if it's different. I've got my own ideas. Just don't blame it on me for what it's worth. But believe what you want. Just don't blame it on me. Know there's a devil on earth. Yo, click those likes. I bet you I got notifications. Maybe. No notifications. No way. I made it the different format off grid. I was thinking and it didn't work, I was thinking and it didn't work. So stupid. Hold up. Also, the thunderstorm could cut me off anytime, right? Also, the thunderstorm. Anyway, I thought that was amazing. So, off grid, what I did was this is 3 times. Dang. Dang. Just don't blame it on me for what it's worth. Hey, off grid, what's going on?
Yeah. What's up?
Man, I knew it. That's why I tried 3 different ways because I was on no notifications. I said, let me go on StreamYard, no notifications. Let me make it a join-in link, no notifications. I said, yep, that's all the way. I got nothing left,
I got nothing. I got nothing. Nothing.
right? Oh well. I got the thunderstorm. Maybe that'll cut me off. I'll have no
I
internet in
went
a minute,
into
right?
I went into YouTube itself, the app settings on my phone, and I turned off all notifications, and then I turned it back on. And then I even went into the app and I disallowed it from your channel, and then brought it back, and still nothing. It's
Right.
YouTube itself is having troubles. I haven't had notifications for like 3, 4 days now, except for monetized channels. I'm
Yeah.
getting notifications from some monetized videos.
I'm getting like since like Friday, I'm getting almost nothing. I'm getting like 1/3 of what I normally see. That's about it. Oh well. I
Yeah.
look. I'm here. I'm invested. I'm a creator. Whatever. So I'm always hitting subscription live to see who's out. But the average user, they're not going to do that. If it doesn't show up, what are they going to do? They don't
Yeah.
know. My
That's,
fucking
I'm
phone,
just going into
I can't get it to stop telling me about the weather. I'm like, I know, but I can't turn that shit off. Even when you tell it to turn off, it still says, "Hey, rain's coming."
it's like it's already thunderstorming out there. It's like rain's expected in the next 15 minutes. You're like, oh shit.
Right. But this YouTube thing, it doesn't work that way. That's kind of funny. It's kind of selective.
I think it has something to do with their algorithm. It's on purpose. It's not an accident.
But yeah, and that's literally why my third and last thing here is to make a join in link. Being that only thinking I had was, is that what They think hits better. You know what I'm saying? The last thinking was, is that what they want? Nah, they
Mhm.
just don't want us freeloaders, bro. They want partnerships. Right,
There's no money to be made here. Well, at least they can't figure out how they can make money.
right. Minnie just sent me a message. I just he said something about not being able to make a picture, but Minnie, if this is my Cash App phone actually, which is funny, but yeah, you already paid me, right? And so when I see that, you got it. Tomorrow, post office will open. You got your shit. Nothing in there though. Oh, yes, there is money. So there you go. We're done. We're good, Minnie. We're good. Okay, enjoy. Yeah, so yeah, we're not getting notifications. You're saying hi, but not even. So that's one thing I was thinking about too, right? Is when I do a side by side, I'm not allowed to make it subscribers only. But when I do myself, I just make it subscribers only. I'm not looking, to build. I'm looking to foster, the people that are friends. I'm not worried about, building. That's shorts. People can watch my shorts. They do, and then they say I'm not into it, and that's it. But that's an in, like if they see it and they're into it, then they can come watch us, But I don't need it just in open all the time. But the people who are subscribed and already said all notifications, I think they deserve that. They've already pushed 3 buttons, and now I got to ask them to push 5 more, or start a new channel and ask everybody to come over there. Come on now, might be smart. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
okay,
Hey, I bet your notifications go through Joe on the new channel every time.
I'm about to announce this. This channel, as I've always said, is not intended for monetization, but I'm going to start a new channel next week. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be a whole new way.
It would be interesting though, wouldn't it, to have a channel with
Yeah.
like 200-300 subs, and then all of a sudden you're like, it's not working on this channel. You go over there and every video uploads and all notifications working. You're like,
Right.
oh,
Yeah.
aha.
I've seen people do it. I really, I don't fear that. You know what I mean? That's what I said about the copyright strikes that I get. I've been messing around with my 3 months of Amazon Music. I got a lot of copyright strikes. But like I said to you, I also kept notes when they were like, "This content is allowed." I kept notes. This content's allowed. So that in the future I can use it. I have a laptop, like, because my mother, like, one of her laptops she left when she died. My father said, "You can have it." They got all the info off of it. Cool. He forgot, I forgot, he forgot, I forgot. But I'll see him maybe this week. So when I get there, man, maybe I can load up some MP3s and shit, because that's why I like StreamYard. I have their permission. Danny's permission, Jimmy's permission, my permission. Those are the music we own. That's a good start. Have
I
music
made you
we own,
something.
be able to
I
play
made
it,
you some. I made you something, Joe.
Did
I
you?
did it. I
I
made
believe
you
you.
a pipe. I made you an antler
Oh
pipe.
my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've had those before. I had a real short one. Whoa. See, that's oh wow.
Like,
Yeah. I
yeah,
probably had like a little short deer antler one. It was only like 4 inches or whatever. That's huge.
right. It pretty much fills your hand from side to side. You can
So
still
you
pretty
made
much
that
hide it in your hand.
just because of last night me talking to Ghostface, because Ghostface needs a pipe, man.
I was telling you I was gonna make you something
Well,
before I sent
yeah,
you. So there
that's
you go.
amazing, bro. That's
Tip
amazing.
of a tip of a elk antler.
It's amazing, man. I mean, shit, I'm waiting for I gotta wait for October with our farmer, so that I can stuff that brand new fresh in there. You know what I mean? I don't want this stuff that I've had that's been drying up in my jars over time. I mean, it'll stay for 12 years if you take care of it. It really will. There's no issue, but it ain't fresh. I wanna put that goo in that thing. You know what I mean? And taste a little marrow resin mix or something like that. A little dusty marrow from the old days. What did Jessica send me now? Come on now. Am I getting notifications? No, I'm getting text messages now.
You're getting disturbed.
Well, it isn't the right thing. No, I'm not getting disturbed. I left it on. I left it on. Hey, if they're not going to notify YouTube, I mean, I should be open, right?
I mean, I still didn't get it. I still didn't get a notification. It would have came through. Sometimes they come through late. I've had
Yeah,
it before where you're like 10, 30 minutes into the live, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, ding. I'm like, oh, and then I show up and I'm like, it's over. What the hell?
yeah, yeah. Nah, something's going on, man, and I hate to do this, but I'm going back into the fucking mods, and they're all gone.
Joe, I just went in there and did something too. I got rid of everyone that I'm except for people that I am sure that it can't be messed
I
with
mean,
my
I'm just
channel.
doing everyone.
I'm
I'm
pretty
on a
serious
phone.
because somebody remember that person that came into my channel the other day and they demanded a mod. They said I have to have a mod, and I was like,
Um,
what?
like
But I didn't
almost
ask
to
him like, why do
listen,
you have to have a
almost to
mod?
being able to know his name. I remember who you're talking about, but remember what he started doing after that is criticism, criticism, click, click. It's compliment, compliment. Can I have a wrench? Wrench collector, criticism, criticism, ticking at you so slowly you don't see it. And how many thousand
Oh,
cuts that it takes to take the corpus down. You guys are getting the sweep. There's going to be zero, and the ones that say I'll be a little more suspicious of. You guys ready? There's no block people, so there's
I
no
don't have
block people.
nobody.
And now
Nobody.
there's
I got
I ain't
nobody
got no
blocked.
block people. I ain't
Nobody.
got no blue people. They're all gone. They're all gone, man. I got them all.
I don't know
They're
how to do
gone, man.
anything computer nothing.
I just don't have one. I know I had it for a minute, like my dying computer for a minute where I could incorporate it with my channel, but this is all phone. And when you go to studio, like you say, you got to use browser version on your phone. You can't see anything. You go in, you get down to settings. We finally figured out there's also the chat block, so that's cool. Nobody's blocked. Everybody's open. Come up again and get slapped down again. I don't care. But right now,
I went
sweet
through one by
and
I went through
clear.
one by one, Joe. I was like,
Nah, I can't. Sleeping, I
and I
can't
left.
see it. I'm man,
I only
my,
left
my,
five.
my
I only
eyesight is
left. I
poor.
think I only left 5 mods. I think I did.
I got all tested up, a couple years ago, and they were like, you used to have really good eyesight. That's why you're complaining. You pass everything, but you'll be back in a year. You need bifocals. So I can't see that. That stuff on the phone that you have to expand. I can't see it. It's too bright. It's like bright with like really thin little
No, I
characters. How
can't.
can I do that?
I can't even work the little search bar up and down on my phone at all. I tried over and over. I couldn't make it work.
Right, right.
But
Damn. And I need a new phone, which is, that's like a yearly fucking thing. Like you were saying, like a phone from back then would have lasted, but solid state electronics were a way different beast. Keep them clean,
my
keep them oiled up, they'll last forever. But
my
yeah, I'm
Samsung
going out of here, man, and I'm gonna go to my YouTube studio, and they're all gone. They're all gone. I'm sorry, but
my Samsung Galaxy S3 was a really good phone. I beat
yeah,
it to death for like 8 years before I finally gave up on it. Like it
S3,
wasn't.
huh?
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a little
So
smaller. It's a little bit
we're pretty
smaller phone.
lucky because our farmer also is an import to Virginia, as we are, but also is now in like the sort of AT&T store or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, they know everything. They know all the tactics, all the sales things, all the ins and the outs. I was concerned when my mother died about losing the phone number because when many years ago AT&T was Singular Wireless or Singular Wireless before they were bought, right? We had a family plan. So it's always been tied to her name. And my mom, dude, she never even changed her name. She never fixed her social security card. She didn't care about that shit. So like tracking down her stuff because everything she does is whisper, whisper, handshake. It's like so tracking down everything after she went is a mess that my dad's dealing with. It's all like just little agreements, and they're like, "What? Dude lives on the land?" And she's like, or they're like, "Yeah, she said I could," and they're like, "Oh, that checks out." Dude lives on the land because she said I could, and they go down the line and they're like, "Oh shit, that checks out." So we have to honor that. So they got all that kind of cleanup work to do. But one of the things I was like, I'll lose his fucking phone number, man. And I'm talking to her too, and she's like, "Yeah, do you have any sort of executorship or whatever?" I'm like, no, no, my sisters do, and it's not tied to her because, like I said, she never even changed her name or whatever. Her mother didn't change her name, so the grandparents' farm from that level is already still dicey. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, we're lucky that we have that in because when I do need a new phone, it's an Android phone, she'll be able to lead me to the right thing, especially because I need the super specifics. They've already dealt with that in the store. Everybody who's like, "Oh, I'm a fucking streamer. I need this and this," they've already dealt with that. So I got a leader. I was able
I
to keep
actually
it
just
what I got.
hang on. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what's going on with my situation on my YouTube stuff, and I ran malware and virus scans and shit, and didn't find nothing. I don't know what the
Well, I'll
hell's
tell you
going on.
something. There could be nice people that are kind of good intentioned, right? But if they say something like, now he's talking violent content or whatever, just because they're friendly to me, if they push that button, see, and they have power if they're mods. So I got to get all mods off, and it helped. What was it, 2 weeks ago when I did that? You started getting notifications. So somebody is quicker to the punch than somebody who's supposed to just click like, to boost it up in the
They're
beginning.
like, just click
Somebody's quicker
violent,
with
just click violent,
yeah, or because
just
violent and
click
destructive
drugs, just
behavior
click
means
drugs.
this is violent and destructive behavior.
Yeah, just click drugs. Yeah,
Whoops. This violent and destructive behavior I just occurred online. You know
I
what I
told
mean?
you.
So wow.
I can't believe there's people out there that have the fucking time to run around and try to do that shit.
It's
Really?
called admiration off grid. It's called admiration. They love you. They admire you so much that they want to push you down. See, that's what I'm saying. It's admiration is not pretty. It's like the coin you have. Heads you win, tails I win. Whatever. Tails you lose.
Yeah. It's I
Ugh.
win, tails you lose. Yeah.
So yeah, that sweep's coming, and I'll talk to people that share links or whatever. But some people who share links also they haven't shown up. Maybe they didn't get notifications, or maybe they're intimidated in some other sideways.
Yeah.
I'll just press the all off button.
Yeah. The worst thing anything they did to my channel so far was have my channel downgraded. Somehow they had my channel downgraded to the point where, like, you had no user abilities, blah blah. You'll never be able to be monetized and all this shit. And I had to jump
Right,
through a bunch of hoops to get back through that. I'm
right,
like, well,
right.
somebody did something to make that happen. It just didn't happen on its own.
See, I don't know what legalities or ownership issues are for being like, well, fuck it. Where's Joe G2? That'll be the money channel or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to work that or what my responsibilities are or like, where's number two?
Yeah.
It's probably something I gotta do at a point. If I'm allowed. I don't know who read that shit. I didn't read that shit.
I heard that soon we're not going to be allowed to do that.
Right.
That so if you haven't made that channel already, I don't even know if you can anymore. Because I
If
think
I
it
make
might
it
take
and I
a
put anything into it, even for 2 weeks, and they fuck me, then I'm fucked. So it doesn't matter. You have me on mute. Oh, cool. Be real. Cheers. Be real.
yeah. It
I'm
might.
on mute. Yo, peace. I'm enjoying the gifts, man. Like I said, they're really, effect wise, it's very low, but I understand it's also budget. It was close. I couldn't pay that much again, in theory. Yo, yo, we're big up and be real. That's what I'm saying. He can't hear us, but he can understand.
I think like I think some of the bigger channels do have a little bit of something to fear from me. Not too much though. I don't know why they'd want to mess with me, but some of them
Yeah,
do actually. Because
yeah.
last year I did outdo them for 1 week of the year. I
Hmm.
outdid the one of the biggest grow marijuana cannabis monetized channels on YouTube called the Dude Grows Crew. Like
Right.
and I outdid them for the whole week. I got more views than they did for that week. They were probably all pissed about that. They're like, where'd our
So
views go?
this is what we're doing now. Now I'll make an analogy to what I'm used to. It's like, yo, he was a one-hit wonder last season. You thought you would put him down. You thought, here comes the next hit, man. If not, he's gonna keep touring on that, and you're never gonna stop him anyway. He'll be like Limp Bizkit and try to get their money 25 years later too. Watch out, y'all. Thank you, Be Real. All right, man. Well, I smell something rotten in the state of Denmark again. You better watch that movie, man. The Commitments. You'll enjoy that a lot.
All right.
But I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go clean that shit up. I know that's not gonna help for everybody's notifications. I also got to catch Hershey's, and I believe that's on 2 channels. I believe it's going to be Hershey and Thomas at the same time. So I should have notifications twice, and I don't have any. What do you call it? I don't have any belief that it's going to happen. I mean, it's supposed to be twice, but I have no confidence in YouTube. Zero.
You know,
And
none.
if I'm
Yeah.
just sitting here, yes, I love to be here and do this, and you're just digging in the bowl there, and I'd love to see the buds and everything. But at the same time, if I miss it because I'm gonna feel pretty dumb, and it's not my fault.
Without having a second phone to monitor what's going on.
I do,
You
but
know.
if neither one of them tells me, you know what I mean? There's no notification,
Yeah, you just have to keep watching and scrolling. That's the only way I found your videos today over and over is I'm just in there scrolling through subscriptions and it's like, oh, Joe's live again.
Man, that's some Black Mirror stuff, man. They'd have to have it like tied to your head, so you'd be like, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? You can't just juggle 5 devices all of a sudden.
Yeah, we did get
And we don't get more
four
arms.
four people in here and 4 likes though. It did happen after a minute. It just wasn't right
That's
away.
It's all good. Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, yeah. Like, be real. He liked it. He can't hear it. He's in the airport. He's coming to Maryland, and I look. Like I said, he's checking out job opportunities, and he says, "What? Bumblebee tuna? Yeah, man. How you doing, man? Iquenza
Bumble
ocha.
Bumblebee
I don't
tuna.
know. I don't think you're white, Space Monkey, but Iquenza ocha to you. aren't I the popular one when he keeps getting spat on? That shit's crazy. Bumblebee tuna. I got plenty of guano in here, man. I really think the plants are gonna do okay. Even though I only have a few pops over here, they'll pop. I'll probably have 2 to babysit and hang out with. Then after that, we'll sell some, party with some, smoke some. I'll probably get 2 joints. That's all right. 2 joints and somebody to listen to music with for like 4 months. It's pretty cool.
We still got wise. Yeah. 5 months. 5 months. 4.5 months. Yeah. If you get
Yeah,
that far, you're making the harvest.
we'll see.
Oh,
We'll see.
I got a notification just now after I
Hmm.
reset my things on and off. I've gotten 2 now. What did I get? I got I got Digging Dave. He's a guy that digs through pocket change. That guy's kind of cool to watch. And then
Right.
there's I
Oh, he's
just got
looking
one
for
from
good pennies.
yeah, he's looking for good pennies, nickels,
Yeah.
dimes, quarters, half
That's
dollars.
my no. My shorthand is because that's what in the neighborhood they say. I want the good pennies with a GOOT. I want the good pennies, and they're looking for like all the weed heads that are like special and shit. They want the good ones, and I'm like, yeah, man. It's like keep all your good stuff, man. The good pennies.
and and then I just got a notification from the Basement Gardener. So there's hope for us cannabis people because Basement Gardener just posted a live notification. That's the first one I've seen all day.
There you go. Yeah, they are going hard on that community, right? Which is so funny because like obviously mine isn't, but it's so funny because I affiliate with so heavy, and like all the time. But I'm not like hey, look at what I grew. And I'm not really like doing that whole like, here are my tents, and here's I got some tomatoes and nothing. I got nothing, but I don't have any game to play either. So
Guano. Yeah,
yeah,
guano.
oh yeah, I got land and sea guano in there. I got coffee in there. I got death of many things in there to bring to light the birth of something else. That's the way I do it. That's my old season stuff. I went downstairs because we don't have like we don't have a hose. You know what I mean? So I went downstairs where they tap it, and I tapped it myself and brought it back. And like re-seasoned the ground and shook it all up. It's all good. We'll have a couple of ornamental plants around. A couple of peppers.
Yeah,
What you been watching lately, Alfred?
maybe you're right, Joe. Maybe that's what's the matter. Is I just smoked too much weed, Joe.
I don't know. I don't know, man. No, I mean YouTube might be funny about it. They might be. I don't know.
Oh,
Like if you tag
they're
something
funny.
420 or whatever.
Yeah, they're funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I
but
don't know.
but what is funny though is the big monetized cannabis channels, right? Hundreds of thousands, millions of
Yeah,
subscribers. They
Yeah.
post content very similar to mine, just pictures of their garden of plants, not smoking any weed. See, I uploaded a short showing a sneak peek for my garden,
Yeah.
and I flagged it as not appropriate for children, but I didn't click the other box.
18. Yeah,
Uh,
you just made it not.
and
Yeah, I make all mine
and
not.
they automatically flagged it like within a minute, 2 minutes, boom. And and if you look at some of these big channels, like I'm not going to say the names, but if
They
you
can
look
do
at some
whatever
of
they
them
want.
channels,
They can
uh,
do whatever they want.
they are not flagged. They
Right.
did
They
not
can
get
walk
flagged.
right into a
They're,
dispensary. They can buy it. They can smoke it outside. They can give it to homeless people. They can do whatever they want. Like honestly, like that's what I'm telling you. Like once the partnership, and then once you become a hit for them, because they take their 40% off the top. Once you become
that's
a
it.
hit for them, they start
And
working
then
with you.
then YouTube doesn't want to flag this stuff because they're like, well, that's going to cost us money if we do that. Why would we do it? But like us small creators, they're like right away as soon as it's reported, they're like, boom, it's done. They didn't even look
Yeah.
at it, just a report and it's done.
Why would they? Hey, if I took 1,000, eyes or 1,000, yeah, I'll say 1,000 eyes. Maybe that's 500 people. Probably not. 1,000 eyes, and it's like, but 10 of them are watching this, and 100 of them are watching that, and 1,000 of them are watching that. They're like, no, let's bring all 10,000 to the same spot. Like we have to bring them all to the same spot. Kick everybody out. Therefore, they'll all go to the same spot. I was asking Cutrod, I was like, what is up with these? Because he'll show his videos and their YouTube videos, and he'll show music videos. Everybody has a strap jumping around, jumping around. And I'm like, if I went like this with like some tiny little thing, I'd be out. No channel. I could just pull up a Derringer, I'd be out. No channel. Like that day. But they can do that, and he's like, they got disclaimers, they got all that shit in the
They're
description,
getting paid
and they
and
got
they're
the
getting paid.
backing. Yeah, they
That's the
got the
difference,
backing of
huh?
the companies.
If you ain't getting paid, they're not going to get behind you at all,
Space Monkey said, "What you been watching lately?" Yeah, we're not
huh?
getting paid. We're getting them paid. They get paid first. They hold your shit for a month. They bargain with it. They boil with it. They do whatever they do, and then they pay you out your cut. Yeah, but it's all from your
Oh,
people.
okay. Yeah, we just watched. Here's the last of the stack we just watched. Let's see.
There
I'll
we
just
go.
grab them in kind of order we were in here, but we'll do them backwards.
Guess what,
I
Space
just
Monkey
watched.
man? I'm actually pissed off, man. Those gummies didn't come yet today. I wouldn't be drinking anything, man. I was waiting for those gummies, but they didn't come. So that'll be tomorrow or whenever. But guess what? I'll be here. Got
I
mushroom
just
gummies,
watched
man.
this one called "South of Heaven, West of Hell."
Right on.
And it's Vaughn, Dwight Yoakam, Bridget Fonda, Billy Bob Thornton, Peter Fonda forums. Then right
Never
before
saw
that, I
that.
watched this Frank and Jesse with Rob Lowe and Bill Paxton, Randy Travis.
I love that one actually.
And then before that, it was Young Guns 2. And that was how he didn't die in Fort Sumner like they said he did. But
Right,
and then
right,
and then this is before that was original Young Guns.
right
And
on.
then
Awesome.
before that was What About Bob?
What about Bob 95 cents, man? What a deal.
Yeah. And then right before that, I watched The Secret to My Success.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I have that on beta.
So that's where I'm at right now. The stack's growing though.
Right, right. Yep, I have Secret to My Success on beta still. That's crazy.
Yeah, Michael J. Fox. People
I
like
know,
little
man.
people. People like little people.
Well, on the camera they can't tell. On the
Yeah.
camera they can't tell. You know what I mean? It's different.
Hey, that might have fixed it, Joe, because I just got another notification turning everything off and then back on in the main thing or whatever in the apps.
I just
And I
got
just
one. It
got
was
it.
Monkey Man though. It was Monkey
Yep.
Man.
Yep. Meet the monkey fam. I
Chances
just
of
got
me
the
going
same
over
one.
there, chances of me going over there are quite slim. He
Yeah.
don't like me, man. Even though I've tried to support him, he just doesn't like me.
Nah, people talk a lot of smack all over the place.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
heard it. I've heard it. I've heard it all
He's
over,
doing
Joe.
better now. He's doing better now that he grew. He was really scared when he was like, 500, 700 and not hitting 1K. Now that he's better, he's more secure. But people get real funny in the early days, when they're scrapping up their 200 channels, 200 sub,
Talk a lot of dirt, huh? Yeah.
200 sub Andy, man. That's the real name, They could have 500, but the 200 ones, they fight each other. They're like, "Hey, don't you want to join my channel?" And then they're like, I guess so and so went live. All of a sudden, when they see this, and like it gets all ugly, and they're like, yeah, they don't want people to go to other people's channels. You know
I
what I
just
mean?
I well yeah, I lost a whole group of subs together, man. Like they all clustered together, a whole bunch
But
of them. I
guess
don't know.
what? Guess what?
What?
There's one real answer to that: create a schedule. If you guys
Right.
don't want to work as a community and create a schedule, then there's going to be layover and fall over, and leave it alone. Don't even think
Yeah.
about it unless you want to organize. If you want to organize, then you got a reason to complain. When you have unions, right? They go, "What's your grievance? Bring it up to the leader of the channel network." But if you don't
Yeah,
want to
your time.
organize and then
You're
you
at the
still want
6
to bitch,
p.m. slot. What are you doing coming on at 5:47?
yeah, yeah. But if you
Taking my
don't
viewers.
organize and you still want to bitch about it, you're a lost soul. Like you're not in the right game.
Right.
So whatever,
We're gonna have to
whatever. I mean,
coordinate
I
this and
just
work together because this just isn't working out.
it's all I always say it's the ignorance and arrogance of youth or whatever. Everybody's lazy, ignorant, and arrogant. When they're a child and they're pestilent, and but you don't have any right to complain if you didn't try to organize first. Like if there's no band to complain to because you didn't band up, then you're on your own. Stay in your corner. That's what I do. And when people get mad at me, that's the same thing. I'm like, because generally I'm over there, and I'm like, this is the corner of my home. It's my corner of internet. I'll just fucking stay here. See you guys later, and watch each other for 2 weeks. And if you get bored, I'll be here. Watch each other. Watch each other, man. It's all good. It's all good. We're only here for a little bit of fun. Just a tavern, place to hang out.
Yep. Some people take it way too far.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody fighting in the middle, just like real life. Never fight to the middle, man. You know. So, like you said about science and like accelerated mathematics, if you're going to specialize in that, you got to know that. But most people don't need trigonometry to pay a grocery bill or write a budget or whatever. It's not necessary, you know. So, wheelhouse, man. Stay in your wheelhouse. Do your thing. There's room for everybody, so why hate? No hate. There's room for everybody.
Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure. I mean, there are millions of content creators now at this point. Like millions.
You can't watch it. I mean, nobody can watch it all, you know. I what I laugh about is the MPAA certificate numbers. In the '80s they were going up, but since then they haven't been. Because reality programming, strikes of the unions. So the MPAA cert number at the end of the movie, I used to watch it all the time. And it was going up. It was going up tens of thousands higher. Nope. It's done now. It just crawls up now like 40 a year. That number just crawls up now because
Uh,
nobody's playing that game. Nobody's playing that game where you got to pay everybody, man.
yeah. I wonder about the catalog numbers on the tapes. Like for
Yeah.
different companies, they're different numbers. That where do you get these master catalogs at for Fox or for
I mean,
CBS or different?
video, I think it's interesting enough that there's probably forums where they have them all scanned in, like when they used to get them by mail or something when they were like mail order, and then you'll have all the catalog numbers. They usually make some sense. Like you were asking about the video company or the video store numbers, they mean nothing. That's just how they receive them. If it says 6,395, that's not in alphabetical order because they have no room for that.
Right. Like this one here, for example, I guess Paramount.
Right.
This is a Paramount 30. If it'll focus, 32,029.
Right. And it's literally that's their unit number, but it's for that series. Because it would have like letters or numbers behind it, it would be some different series. That's a good
Yeah.
film right there. I saw that in the movie theater. You know how young I was? Good lord. That was in the
Right.
80s, man.
87 says right there.
Yeah. So I mean I'm 78, so there you go. I mean 87 means I was 6 years old or whatever.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. Oh yeah.
You ever seen what's that one? I'm No Angel or something like that.
Is that Paul Hogan in it too?
Yeah, it's a Paul Hogan one. The reason I ask is because he dresses up to like rob a bank or something, and he does it with his like Rod Stewart get up. And so when
Huh.
he was Australian, like that's how he got over and got popular in Australia. He did impressions on TV. So he did like a Rod Stewart and a couple other, individuals I don't really remember, but that's how he got over.
All right.
I like when
I thought it was
he
great.
gets the little guy's vial of cocaine and he's like, "Oh, this will fix you up, Mike." And he puts like the steaming water into the sink and like pours the coke vial in it and puts like a towel over his head like he had a cold and he was trying to get some mentholatum in or something, and he just put the cocaine in the water, dude. You know how long you got to cook that to get it back?
Oh
Yes, sir.
no.
I have to use it. Yes, I do. All right, my son's gonna use the shower, which means I have to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. He has to warn me, because we share.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
mind that. I don't like tearing pants with these kids, though, man. They keep taking my best.
Yeah, I don't think Crocodile Dundee 2 is as good as Crocodile Dundee 1. So, still entertaining though. Like, I don't know. Which one do you guys like better? The jungle or the city? Like the heck yeah. Oh, I got this one called Black Widow. It says she mates and she kills. It's called Black Widow. Deborah Winger and Teresa Russell in Black Widow.
I didn't abandon you. I'm coming back.
She mates and she kills. Psychological thriller about a beautiful serial killer whose victims are wealthy men. A lone federal agent tracks down the alluring seductress, only to be turned inside out when she falls under the killer's potent spell herself. Black Widow is a suspenseful tale of a desire of self discovery told with skill and style. Black Widow. She mates and she kills.
Deborah Winger. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Teresa Russell says
Yep, yep. I remember that. That's some Cinemax stuff. What's up, Vince? How you doing, Vince? Yo, Space Monkey, are
1987.
you still here? I gotta show you something if you are.
Yeah,
So last night,
1987.
Cosmic Orphan went live. That was really cool. And he was like big up talking about his stuff, and he was talking about the Golden Dawn. I had to share this one, but he was definitely talking about all of the work that these guys did and put together and all that shit. What's up, G King? How you doing? You were watching Commando? Oh, look, Commando's my favorite. Oh my gosh, man. I'm sorry. I didn't know that, like, whatever, like, what's her name? Alyssa Milano? I didn't know I was so interested, but I guess I was about exactly the same age as her. But anyway. So, Space Monkey, I don't have any more CDs. You already have the downloads. Off Grid's actually got the CD, but I have a case. I have a cover. I'll send you the cover. I'll send you this cover, Space Monkey, because I don't have any more CDs. You already have the digital shit, but Off Grid, he's got one of the last of the only. So we're the same age. I didn't name anything. I didn't number anything. Get out of here with your number in space. What are you talking about? I don't know any 12-year-olds. Reminds me of the movie Scorn. Tell me about the movie Scorn. Oh, you mean the description he was reading?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess the Black
Black
Widow.
Widow. Yeah, Black Widow. Sounds like Cinemax, bro.
Let's
No,
see.
I've seen it. I've seen the movie. Sounds like Cinemax, man. Poison Ivy. Speaking of Alyssa Milano, Poison Ivy.
Oh yeah. Well, that one that was like south of wherever, west of hell, or that one movie I was telling you about.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that one is totally Skinamax, dude. Like
yeah.
100%. It's Trimark and Lionsgate.
Very quality video
Like,
companies. Yeah. So yeah, off grid. There was one guy, Korean guy, right? He had a video store called $1 Videos, and so he used to call that the semi classics. So sometimes
okay.
you'll get a video from me. It'll be in a white box. He cut like the whole box. He cut the box. He glued it in. He did all this like he was very particular. He's been watching movies since he was 4 years old. You know, and like that's his passion. But he was real particular about his little cut boxes and stuff. But he called that whole thing semi classics. He's like, watch the semi classics, and there's some fantastic ones in there. Yeah, so wasn't she? Yeah, Alyssa Milano is in Poison Ivy. I believe she's 19 years old at that time. If that helps you, Space Monkey, just I said relatively the same age.
Scorned is oh, it doesn't tell us anything about it though. There is it
Two
does know
Bones.
about it knows about Scorned. Yeah, Two Bones, 1993, rated R, available only in VHS format, VHS
Oh, no
only.
theaters. Yeah, no theaters.
And then there's a Scorn 2 that came out in 96, and they gave it 1.5 bones. But they do have a description on it and stuff. It's directed by Rodney
Shannon
McDonald.
Tweed. Yes, the queen of Triple D rubber Cinemax movies for sure. Shannon Tweed. Yeah, yeah, man. You know what? Those stupid movies are so plastic and not sexy, that you want to talk about some Cinemax and let's talk about action. I'm so much more into like the Cynthia Rothrock. She never took her shirt off, but that was much sexier for her being like kicking ass and sweaty than these like, plastic dolls hanging around. I don't give a fuck about plastic dolls hanging around. You remember how, hey, Sully, I remember how I said I'd kill you last. I liked you. I lied.
I lied.
Don't bother him. He's dead tired. That's the best movie ever, Commando, man. That's a kick ass movie. I was excited, man. I saw that Australian dude in that movie too. That was cool, man. Sully, you remember how I killed you last? I lied. That's some good shit, man.
I really like the Predator, the first Predator.
Yeah, it was killer too.
That was really good.
I like Cobra. That's a
Yeah,
canon movie. I loved Cobra. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is a disappointment." I was like, "Nah, man, I love Cobra."
yeah.
Like I said, man, check into Michael Winner. Watch all those Winner movies.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, they're gonna just start popping in again pretty soon.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
goes the monk. There goes the Monkey Man video. I guess the other one was just the warning to let you know it's gonna happen.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, at least notifications are going through. That's all I'm saying. You know.
Hey, that means he's on the right side of the blanket here. It's not me. Backman movies are good. Heck yeah, man. Avengers 15. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, remember the first Fantastic Four that they tried to make the Roger Corman? It never even
No.
got made. They'd rather like throw their money away and bury it. So, but look at what you got now. You got a dude who's looking at 3 panels of an old comic and like, how do I make that into like 3 acts of a film? And then they run down a hallway with rubber suits on. And now that the damn film is so clear, you can see that they're running down the hallway with the rubber suits on, and it looks stupid. I'm sorry, it looks stupid. Man. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
it's
It's supposed to
not.
be an
No.
illusion.
Yeah, no. I mean, watch the original Batman.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean, original Batman. My kids just watch
or
'89 Batman, and then they
yeah,
watch the serials. Then they watch the serials from the '60s. I never saw. You know that my
yeah,
dad
no.
saw and shit, and they were like, "Hey, did you watch this one from '64?" And I go back and I'm looking, and I'm like, "Nope." I go, "You mean the animated one from '84? That's like the oldest I have." And they're like, "Nope, it's from '64." And I'm like, "The serials?" You know what I mean? Like the shit my dad was watching in the theater. You guys are watching that shit now. Good for you. Halloween 29. Yo, what's up, Jason F? I wasn't ignoring you, man. We were just talking about that stuff.
Yeah, movies are changing. How they look different. They feel different. I haven't had this same feeling out of a movie for a long time. I don't know. It's been
Oh,
a while.
like you
It's been
just
a
said,
while.
watch Man of the Year. Yeah, for sure. Like you're not going to get that kind of response like a Man of the Year movie, right? So, not now, where everybody's just smiling and cackling and like they're supposed to be
Yeah,
sad, but they're still like, "Hey, I want to look good, man. I want to look good."
you think?
You know, you're supposed to be sad. There's no
Yeah,
bubbles.
you should watch that Family Man, Joe. It'd be
Family Man.
for yeah, yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will. I will. With Nicolas Cage, right?
Yeah, he totally
Hmm.
like. I don't know. He gets drunk one night. He's like a rich businessman, and stuff, and he wakes up a poor family man.
He
He's
fell
trying to
down. Huh?
he's trying to cope. He's trying to cope. He's like not wanting to accept it and stuff. It's really fun. It's fun.
Right on, right on. I will, man. I will. It used to be part two when they went to an exotic location, like like Rambo 2 is like go to Okinawa or something, whatever. Go to an exotic location, and then part four is supposed to be
Matchstick
in
Man.
space.
I
Part
don't
part
think
four should be in space.
I haven't seen that one. I don't think. Matchstick Man.
Yeah, my wife and I saw that in the theater. Matchstick Man. That was it. That was a good one. That was a good
Yeah,
one.
you like that? How
Yeah.
long ago did that come out?
I don't know, man. It must have been early 2000s,
It's been a while. Yeah.
like
All right. Yeah.
2002.
Oh, I missed that one. Yeah, I didn't see that one.
I can't remember, but it must have been early.
All right. Well, if I see it, I'll pick it up. I gotta look it up here in my book.
Yeah,
Might be
yeah, yeah.
available on VHS.
No, do me a favor. Look up Vibes. Remember, I mentioned that one today because of the psychic interest in the tarot and all that. So all of the Weatherman is also a good one. Yeah, look up Vibes. It's with a Z, I think. Vibez. It's Jeff Goldblum, Cindy Lauper. It's like people with paranormal abilities or whatever. They're all together.
B B
They're gonna give it two. They're gonna give
Vibes.
it two.
Who'd you say is in it?
Cindy Lauper, Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Okay, Vibes. They gave it one bone. 1988.
Ooh, ooh.
1988 PG. Two screwballs psychics are sent on a wild goose chase through the Ecuadorian Andes in search of cosmic power and, of course, fall in love. Flat offering from usually successful team of riders Lowell Gans and Bobolo Mandel.
Oh
Wow.
man, that's so sad. They
Lopper's,
ripped it apart.
Lopper's, Lopper's first starring role, and so far her last. It says on in the book.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Jeff Jeff Goldblum, yeah, Cindy Lauper, Julianne Sands,
Oh yeah.
directed by.
Remember, I think I told you about him. He went hiking and died. During COVID because he didn't bring anything with him. Like he didn't bring any satellite communication, and he went off by himself, and just went off in his hiking shoes, and he
I'm
thought he'd be
telling you,
okay. It was really sad, bro. Julian Sands,
these
that shit was messed up.
these guys are really stiff on the bones on the ratings. It only goes up to 4 bones, and they're
Yeah.
really harsh. They're really hard up on the bones. Like,
No, no, no. It deserves to be. It deserves to be low rated. It really does. but at the same time, just point of interest, for like a bunch of psychics and how their communities or their personalities clash and stuff. The
So
Weatherman is also with Nick Cage and Lord of War. Oh yeah, he made so many, dude.
yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, Lord of War.
Hey man, I liked Valley Girl. That was cool. No, I still got I
Well,
got one of those too.
see, but they gave a very Harold and Kumar Christmas 2.5 bones.
Oh fuck that shit, man! I can't even watch something like that. I can't watch some bullshit like that. Obviously, you
I
can
got
watch the movie the first time, but now they got to make a Christmas. Get out of here, man! I'm not gonna
yeah,
watch that. No
the
way.
rate, yeah, the ratings are kind of all over the place. I feel like it wasn't the same person doing all the reviews or something.
Look, man, I guess they felt like, they felt really some kind of kinship with the characters there. Like me watching Martin.
Uh,
I'm just bro, man, fifth row.
yeah, yeah. Ocean's 12, 2.5 bones. Ocean's 13, 3 bones.
Right? What? What? Okay, never mind. Those are remakes of 60s movies that a bunch of hipster
Yeah,
actors wanted to be like, they want to be like Frank Sinatra and shit and remake all that stuff. But
yeah. They gave 2.5 bones for
again,
the original 1961.
it deserves. That's good. That's good. It deserves a solid, middle half or middle up rating, like a 6 out of 10 sort of thing.
The new one they gave 3 bones. The
Yeah, yeah,
2001 one.
yeah. See, it's a little bit skewed. Like they identify with these people because critics a lot of times are failed artists, right? So they're probably like the same age and everything, and they're like, yeah, those are my guys. Best stoner movies ever? Dazed and Confused, Half Baked. Best ones? What's your
Like,
favorite stoner movie? That's an interesting question. I like Next Movie.
uh,
Cheech and Chong Next
uh,
Movie.
uh, okay. If we gotta just go with one movie and it's just a stoner flick and like you're gonna get stuck with it and you're like, I'm gonna go with Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail. Like,
There you go. There you go.
all my coconuts and I'll be all like, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da.
Right?
Like, yeah, I think so.
Um, I love Dazed and Confused. That was a really deep movie, actually, in a way. You know. But my favorite like stoner genre movie, I guess, is definitely Next Movie.
Oh yeah, the next movie.
Time to watch Last Movie, man. I don't know if I'm gonna catch it, but I'll go to the Regal. Not without
There it is.
substances. I'm doing something. Hopefully RSO. I'll tell you that off grid. Hopefully it's RSO.
I thought I'd find it.
The Holy
I think I
Grail.
wrote.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I think you just gotta get
Every
stuck with one.
sperm is sacred. Every sperm is great. If a sperm is wasted, God gets quite irate.
But we already have a king. Shh! I told him we already have a king.
Hell yeah, man. That's a good one, man. I like the kids in the hall actually when I'm stoned, and Syphil and Ollie too. Because man, we didn't even know. Like going back home, like after concerts and shows that we were doing, and then just turn on MTV and Syphil and Ollie with the sock puppets was on. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life on any number of substances. You know what I mean? Like that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Honestly, you got to be ready.
Like Big Lebowski,
Yeah,
if they took out the weird part with Maud and the her flying from the ceiling with splattering the paint and that weird all scene, if they took out the jumping on the trampoline and the bouncing and the
you
weird
didn't.
trippy
Yeah,
shit, if they took that out of it, I really think it could have been a great film. I don't know what they were doing there.
is
It
that
was a good movie, but
who did that? Was that Heather Graham? No, it wasn't Heather Graham. It was older lady. Oh, Juliana Moore. Juliana Moore?
oh yeah, that's it. It had
Yeah,
to have been her,
Juliana
right?
Moore. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
oh
No, I saw
no.
that. My dad and I went and saw that in the theater. You know, it was it was a good movie, but I
Right?
get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of the movie I think was is Jerry. It's a classic. It's a cult classic. But that one part is like every time I watch that movie, it's like I wish they didn't put this part in there.
Yeah. What is that? The Hotel California cover, is that the Gypsy Kings in Spanish? That shit's so awesome. That's how they open it. That's such a good song.
Right? Hell yeah. Nobody fucks with the Jesus.
Right? Oh, dude, do you know they made a prequel that gives the Jesus story?
Oh really?
I
What do
can't
they
wait to see
call it?
that shit. I can't
What do
wait
they
to see
call
that
it?
shit. Huh?
That's hilarious.
That's a video
What do they?
only type thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to see it. You know what I mean?
He's a
But I've read
pederast, dude.
about
He
it.
did 10 years in Chino.
Right. But they get, that's his origin story. They go to what his sex offense was. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like anybody would think. You know what I mean? It really wasn't. He was kind of an innocent man. He was framed.
You pull that piece out again on the lane, I'll stick it up your ass and pull the trigger till it goes click.
Oh, she would speak like Maud. Yeah. Who is that? Who is it, Space Monkey? Yo, what's up, Wendy?
Like
Wendy.
mod. Oh yeah. Was it actually and what there that was based on a real person, Space Monkey. Whoa. That's even creepier.
Like Abramovitz or something? I don't know. Because the John Goodman character is based on fucking what's his name, the guy who did Red Dawn. What's his name?
Is it?
Milius, John Milius. Yeah, like he's ultra conservative, gun toting, fly off the handle type dude. Yeah, that's John Milius that they're sending up with the John Goodman character. John Milius is awesome, man. You
That
can't
man is
remember her
awesome.
name? Okay, cool.
He's like, so the old man said take any rug in the house.
Yeah, right. I love when he's bashing up that car, man. That's so funny.
Do you see what
Cool.
happens, Larry?
Yep.
This is what happens, Larry.
Damn, man.
Yeah, it's a real good one. Like Half Baked is really classic too, though. Like I've seen it so many times.
Right.
But
The guy on the
listen,
couch. Oh, I
right.
saw him actually. I saw, what's his name? Stephen Wright. I saw Stephen Wright. He did a lot of stuff that I have on CD from like 1989. But it was so awesome to see him. You know what I mean? It was so fucking funny. He's hilarious. Like he did that thing where he was like he was in like some high rise hotel and they said they had a pool and he was like, "Whoa, how deep is that?" And the first thing he did was he picked up a guitar and the guy shone a spotlight on it, and he was like holding it and it was like shining back at everybody because it was reflecting off the lacquer, and he was like, man, I had told the guy this thing was broken when I bought it. Because it was just shining light on people. Dude's funny, dude. The guy on the couch. Let's give some to the guy.
Yeah, dude, you need a toe, dude. I can get you a toe by 3 o'clock this afternoon with nail polish. Bunch of them fucking amateurs.
They sent me her toe, man. Yeah, dude. With nail polish.
That German girl's toe. Yeah,
Yeah, I've still been trying to find that Audubon record. I just can't find it. They believe in nothing.
like trust me, bro. They never laid a finger on her. But he's like the toe.
They pissed on my rug. It really tied the room together. Yeah, I know. It really did tie the room together.
Oh yeah.
So they have an actual reverendship in the Church of the Dude now. By the way, you can actually get a reverendship. Fire up the grill.
Really?
Heck yeah, Ganja. See you soon, man.
So what does the dude believe in?
Taking her easy for all us sinners.
I mean, there was a little dude on the way at the end of the movie,
Right, right.
like
Well, they have
because
Church of the Dude, so you can get like a ministerial degree in the Church of the Dude nowadays.
huh,
But
yeah,
yeah, I think
mod.
it's the what is it?
When it was a double Lebowski, it was already a Lebowski before it was a Lebowski. Mhm. Mother and the
Dang.
father was both Lebowskis.
The Chinaman is not the issue here, dude. And please, dude, Asian American, please. I wonder if now look, knowing that that's based on Milius, I wonder if the other thing of like associating with a Jewish wife, like not on Shabbats, like I wonder if that's like part of real life. You know what
Like
I
Shima Shabbos, Shima Shabbos. Like it better be life or death emergency. Like,
I wonder if that's a real life thing.
we don't go anywhere. We don't do anything. We do not answer the phone.
That would be a huge irony, man. Jesus, that's funny, man. Asian American, please. Oh well, wow, off grid. We got all the whole 9 likes now, man. Showing off your dog. What's
she's
up,
being
Plant?
good for. She's being good for once here.
Let me see. Where did I put that other phone? Fuck. I was looking for my notifications again, and I'm lost. So. Oh well, who cares? I'll just have to get going, man. To be honest, you know. Oh, we got 10 likes now. There we go. If we get 11, that's usually the record around. So. Oh, it was the dog. Frankie's
Oh, Frank.
in. Frankie's in, and he made 10 likes. What's going
Hey,
on, brother?
dude. Hey,
Hey,
dude.
Frankie. Once off grid watches the commitments, he'll have to let you know, man. Bringing the music to the people, brother. The people of Dublin. The people of Dublin need soul. Your grandma did what? Like, you've been suffering, dude. We turned on the AC 2 days ago, and then today we were freezing. Like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
We turned it on like just 2 days ago, just 2 degrees down. And then today I was like, what the hell? You know, we're freezing in here.
Hmm.
We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Grid is
Thank
a
you,
fine,
sir.
fine gentleman.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers, Frankie. Hey, thanks for coming up, man. I know it was super early in the morning, but I appreciate that, man. Get in contact with me so we can orchestrate. Like, go ahead and email me. You know, like I said, if we don't organize, how could we complain?
That's it. Yeah.
But that's how it works in sort of business too. Everybody fights for middle management. They sell each other out, and they don't get anywhere. You know, it's just a foolish game of running up the greasy pole. You know, stepping on the
Huh.
other guy. You'll never reach it. You'll never do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
It takes a whole stack of other guys. That's what they call their down line, to get up there.
Oh yeah.
It's not worth it for you.
I think our wind is starting to settle down. We're down to about 20 miles an hour now, but it peaked at around 40, 45 today. It was
Right?
blowing pretty hard.
Well, one of the reasons that I brought up your flagpole is because it's impressive because at that height, and you had to put it a certain depth so that it doesn't catch and snap, right? I mean, like, how'd you even like engineer that? Like, how'd you know?
Just put it deeper than the other guys. That's a like just go, yeah, yeah, well, I mean, it like at a certain point, it doesn't really matter how far you bury it because if it's going to snap off, it's going to snap off. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's got to be in there good solid ways, though.
right, right. So
The sick.
you're open to lay, like some fences for people, but you're not going to put in another flag. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's a lot to. I mean, the single piece pole that's that
Hmm.
long is like I think it was 26 feet 9 inches. I hauled it on top of my Durango, my SUV.
Yeah, yeah.
It was sticking off the front like more than 10 feet and off the back another 10 feet. It was crazy.
Right, right. Did you put the
I was
little
like,
like people put the little piece of red tape on it or whatever? That's your warning.
no, I had it tied down. I had one little ratchet strap that was about 4 or 5 feet long, right? And I had a dog leash, and that's what I went with.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, one
Yeah,
time I literally like when I was working at the recycle center, like somebody brought this like literal like these days it's so taboo or whatever, but they brought this like box spring and mattress that was like brand new. I put it on top of my Accord and I strapped it around. My Accord felt like it was gonna take flight every once in a while on the way home. You know what I mean? Because like it would catch the wind underneath something and be like, Phew. But we made it, man. It was nice. We smoking them,
yeah.
Wendy. We smoking them.
Yeah, the secret's to put like a sleeve down in the ground, a pipe. Doesn't matter, metal, plastic. Bury that down in the ground deep. And then you put your pole inside that sleeve. And then you put and level your pole. And then you put sand in all the way
Right,
around it.
right.
And keep tamping and getting the sand in, poking it until it won't take any more sand.
It has to settle. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the pole won't rot because there's no
Right.
dirt up against the pole. The sleeve's there, and the sand makes it be like concrete. So the pole's got nowhere to go. It can't wiggle loose in the inside the sleeve. That's the way to do it. And then you can replace the pole if you need to. You can jack the pole out of there.
Okay.
That's how I heard. Well, this professional flagpole company was doing it in up in Colorado.
Okay. Yeah. So I didn't know you lived in Colorado before until you mentioned it yesterday.
Always went there on and off for kind of my whole life because half my family lived there pretty much.
Okay.
But I moved there for about a decade as an adult
Right.
and moved around here place to place and worked all kinds of jobs and shit and I had to get out of there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't live in the city anymore.
Did you have
Had
any
to get
connections to New Mexico, or how did you choose New Mexico?
Yeah, I'd already been coming down here for 20 years,
Okay.
like yeah, 15 years at the time, I guess. I'd been coming down here for 15 years at the time. Now it's been more than 20.
Well, man, I'm gonna get going. I hope I catch that other show, but at this point, I gotta feed them dinner too. So I'll make them some
Well,
hot
yeah,
dogs or something.
you bet, Joe.
All right, man. See you
Later
later.
on.
Oh,
Later.
the wrong hand. This one's easier, I think. There we go. See you later. Yeah, man. Watch Predator. Predator is awesome, man. Thanks for your attendance. I will be back, but let me get on to feeding them, and we'll see what happens. Peace.